Morning, guys. If you're joining us, welcome to Pokemon Day 2025. Pikachu, the files are in the computer. You guys watch Zoolander? Here we go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ishihara from the Pokémon Company. Today, February 27, is Pokémon Day. This is the date the Pokémon Red and Pokémon Green games were first released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokémon series.
Is he really going to
It's been
gaslight like
29
this?
years
He's really
since
going to
the birth of
gaslight
Pokemon.
us like this.
And we've reached this milestone through the support of all you trainers around the world.
Because you know
Thanks
they're
to all of you,
they're not
it's
going to
now
give us the
possible
original
to
games
enjoy
on the Switch.
Pokemon each day in a variety of ways. In today's broadcast, we'll be sharing all the latest news about Pokemon, including our newest titles.
Sorry, I'm starting a bit late. I wanted to stream a few minutes before to speculate wildly about what this is going to be.
Pokemon Concierge. Taking place at the Pokemon Resort on a tropical island, the story follows Haru, who is still finding her feet as a new concierge, and Psyduck as they grow together through their interactions with the resort's Pokemon
Psyduck is a
guests.
mood.
Its charm lies in the warm visuals that can be achieved only through stop-motion animation. And new episodes of Pokemon Concierge are in production. They are slated for release in September 2025. What sort of Pokemon will Haru and Psyduck welcome as guests next? Take a first look at a few of the Pokemon they will meet in this
It's cute.
motion test footage. Just look at the personality and how they move. But there's more. For a limited time,
Farfetch.
the first 4 episodes are available to watch on Pokemon's official YouTube channel for free. Please take this chance to watch them if you haven't been able to tune in to Pokemon Concierge yet. And we hope you look forward to the new episodes as well.
Hello everyone, I'm Utsunomiya from the Pokémon Company. Next, we have a number of other announcements to share with you.
They're really going to gaslight us like this? Like, beyond the Scarlet and Violet plushies at the bottom, everything else is
In
151.
Pokemon Go Tour Unova
You
Global
know-
will take
you know
place
they're
on
not gonna
March
give us
1st
the
and
Swi-
March
the
2nd.
original
This
games
event
on the
can be
Switch.
enjoyed at no cost from anywhere in the world where Pokemon Go
Alright,
is available.
Pokemon Go stuff. That's
During
fine.
the event, the
That's fine.
legendary
Everyone likes
Pokemon
Pokemon
Black
Go.
Kyurem
It's
and
cool.
White Kyurem will appear in raid battles and elsewhere. Also,
Unova
trainers will soon have a
confirmed?
chance to
Unova
encounter the
remakes
Toon and
confirmed?
Shiny Meloetta.
No,
We'll also share
of
promo
course
codes
not.
for everyone to enjoy. We hope you're looking forward to the new season 2.
Unova not confirmed, because Nintendo's not going to just give it to us. Why would they just give it to us? This is Pokemon Masters. It has to be. Yep, called it.
We're heating up! Let's give it our all! Pokemon Masters EX!
It's all fine and dandy for the people that enjoy it. It's all good. It's all good in this neighborhood. And see, that dessert was cute. Like, when it was IRL, you know, that's something I would have probably tried. It would have ended up being too sweet for me, but I would have tried it anyway. Everyone's all really adorable in their little outfits. This isn't a game for me, but I'm glad people still take the time to enjoy it, otherwise they wouldn't keep doing anything with it. Oh boy, Darkrai. Sinnoh confirmed? No. This is probably Pokemon Sleep. Probably Pokemon Sleep, because it just showed someone sleeping. And that's Cresselia. Yep, that's Cresselia. Yep. Pokemon Sleep. Called it. Called it twice. Pokemon Unite, absolutely. The Suicune's wearing... hoodie? Nope. Shaman robes. The lengths that they go to do these, the renderings in these trailers, but they still make games that look like Scarlet and Violet.
Remote Stadium. A new type of battle is also arriving,
Don't
called
get me
First
wrong.
to 500. In it, a new
First to
feature
500.
called
I wonder
AOS
what the game's
technology
about.
allows you to gain special effects when you score a certain number of points. Plus, look forward to an updated map. With updated wild Pokemon, the win condition is simple. Be the first to score 500 points.
No. No. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, Scarlet and Violet wasn't like a massive letdown, but okay. Yeah, I called this a week ago. There's a new booster pack. It's a new expansion to the booster pack, and based on the fact that the other one is Palkia and Dialga, it's probably going to be Arceus. Like, this isn't. They don't really have to stretch themselves thin trying to hide this. Like, it's the logical thing to do. Although I wish they did the Johto expansion first before they did Sinnoh. There it is. Arceus. At least Arceus' symbol. And Pokemon abilities that have Arceus in the name. Arceus symbol, and there's Arceus. Called it. It's not rocket science. Like, this is not difficult. That's tomorrow. That's cool. So I get to play with that tomorrow. But, yeah, dude, Scarlet and Violet, it didn't move the needle, and Legends Arceus did. Oh, God. Oh, God. Tell me they're going to be announcing the new lineup for actual Pokemon cards in real life, and it's just going to be more people fighting over them in Costco. Which, by the way, if you're one of those people fighting another grown men in Costco so you can scout Pokemon cards, you guys are filth. Filth. The Pokemon Company might not want to say anything about you guys. But I'm just a regular person.
Gotcha.
You guys. Oh boy, the Megas are back in the TCG. It's not that I'm not excited about it, it's just that, like, the TCG has been tainted by the stuff that you see regularly. You can't even buy any of the TCG stuff. Like, I myself barely got to open anything from 151. I don't have a complete master set of anything. And, even like the Eeveelution, the prismatic evolutions, I haven't opened a single pack of that set. Because it's just impossible to
Pokemon
get.
Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games, we're
Okay.
celebrating Pokemon Day with a Rotom phone case giveaway,
Why?
along with a mass outbreak event and other in-game events to come.
Featuring red, green, and blue colored
A
Pokemon.
mighty
You
Meowscarada,
guys are really gonna
Skeletor,
gaslight
and
us this
Rekavall will
badly
appear in a series
by
of
showing
Terra
red,
Raid
blue, and
battle
green
events.
stuff, but they're not gonna give us the original
And even
Pokemon
more
games on the
Pokemon
Switch.
are planned to appear
They're just
in
not
the
gonna do
future.
it. And this is why
We
I
hope you
firmly
continue
believe
to
the ROM
enjoy the
community is
Pokemon
doing
Scarlet and Pokemon
everything
Violet
for
games.
its fans. The ROM community,
Next,
other fans are doing
please have a look at
everything
this
for
video.
fans. Doesn't bother me. Like, what's Nintendo gonna do? They're gonna sue me, like a fan? Okay, here's more gaslighting. There is no chance. No chance in hell. If they give us the Pokemon games in this trailer, if they give us all the previous Pokemon games on the Switch from this trailer or by the end of this video, this Pokemon Presents, I will quit YouTube. That's how sure I am that they're not going to give us the new Pokemon games. Or I'm sorry, the older Pokemon games on the Switch. They're just not going to do it. Although this would be a really good trailer for them to do exactly that. And now this girl's playing on her phone. But they're showing all the previous generations of Pokemon, the games, the handhelds you would play them with, and now they got to this. A girl playing on her phone. There is no chance we're getting all the previous Pokemon games on the Switch. No chance. I literally just bet my YouTube channel, my YouTube career on this. Although it'd be really nice if there was like a Pokemon VR type thing, like you put on a VR headset and it would be something like this. Are you listening, Nintendo? I'm giving you ideas here, please. Mega Charizard X is so cool. I can't wait to use Mega Charizard X on my team. Alright, I mean, it's clearly not going to be all of the Pokemon games in the past.
What you've just seen is the world's first glimpse of a new title, Pokémon Champions.
It
This
looks
title
like
will be focused on the Pokemon battles you know and love.
it looks
from
like
four
that Pokemon fighting game
games.
that they had out for the Wii.
Pokemon
one that, like,
Champions
died
will continue
horrifyingly.
the tradition of pitting your skills against those of other trainers from around the world. But this time, we're aiming for these core-style battles to be enjoyed by more players than ever before. Game Freak, the developer of the core games, is carrying out the planning for this project, while development is being handled by the Pokemon Works. And Pokemon Champions will be coming not only to the Nintendo Switch family of systems, but to mobile devices too. You'll be able to choose how you want to play based on
Called
where
it.
you are.
Called it!
What's more, you can also connect with Pokemon Home. Thanks to this connectivity, you won't be limited to using Pokemon you can partner up with in Pokemon Champions. You'll be able to team up with Pokemon who joined you on your adventures in previous Pokemon games. We hope you're looking forward to battling Pokemon trainers from all corners of the world. Stay tuned for future announcements regarding the launch date of Pokemon Champions.
I told you all, they are not going to give us the previous
Next,
games.
we'd like to share some information about the languages Pokemon series games will be available in. Mr. Tomás Cortijo, please take it away.
Languages.
Saludos a todos desde la nueva oficina de Pokémon en la hermosa Ciudad de México.
Oh, I guess they're
Soy Tomás
finally
Cortijo, director
adding
regional para
Latin
Latinoamérica de The Pokémon
Spanish
Company
into
International.
Pokemon games
El
instead
día
of
de
just
hoy
Spain
estoy
Spanish.
muy feliz de anunciarles que Pokémon Champions estará disponible en español
Yep, there it is.
latinoamericano
Latin American
desde el
Spanish.
día de su lanzamiento. De igual forma, además de los 9 idiomas que los entrenadores y
Also in addition
entrenadoras
to the
pueden
9
elegir,
languages that
Leyendas Pokémon ZA
will also be playable
tendrá
in
también
Latin
la opción
American
de
Spanish.
jugarse en
Yeah.
español latinoamericano. Esto significa que de aquí en
There's a
adelante
massive,
habrá 10
not
idiomas
massive
disponibles
difference.
para
That's
jugar.
a stretch.
Finalmente, como ya
Spain
anunciamos con
Spanish and
anterioridad,
Latin American
las futuras
Spanish
expansiones
are
de el
similar,
famoso
but
juego
they
de
are not the
cartas
same.
coleccionables de Pokémon
So this
estarán
means something
también
to
disponibles en
an
español de
entire
Latinoamérica.
different demographic.
Localizar
And
productos como Leyendas Pokémon ZA
why did
al
it take the
español
Pokemon Company
latinoamericano
30 years to do this?
permitirá que millones de nuevos fans
It shouldn't have taken
se
this
unan
long.
a la comunidad global de Pokémon y se conecten con otros jugadores de formas nunca antes vistas. Como parte de The Pokémon Company Group, este es un claro ejemplo de nuestra misión de unir al mundo a través de Pokémon. Saber que los fans disfrutan aún más de jugar Pokémon en su idioma local nos permite explorar nuevas formas para deleitar a los jugadores de diferentes regiones y mercados como Latinoamérica. Este es un momento increíble para ser fan de Pokémon, sin importar en qué parte del mundo te encuentres, por lo que no puedo esperar para unirme a todos ustedes en sus próximas aventuras. Nos vemos pronto.
Finally,
Okay.
here's the latest update on Pokemon
Finally,
Legends
this is
ZA.
what we've all been waiting for! Although I don't like the gaslighting of mostly 151 plushies behind him. So this is going to be the last bit. So this is a relatively short Pokemon Presents, which is part of the course. Okay, that's our trainer. That's also our trainer. The entirety of the game is supposed to be taking place within Lumino City, which I have aversions about. So we're gonna let this play out, and then I'm gonna go back and analyze things. Although, starting to reveal, so that's good. So every suspicion has been confirmed. Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. So there's going to be designated wild zone areas within the city limits. Pokemon God Parkour, Rooftop Parkour. I can't wait to go back and review that. That's going to be hilarious. Dynamic battling, where Pokemon will follow their trainers around and you can avoid attacks by doing that. Okay. Yeah, we know Mega Evolution. We know it, we love it, we're happy to see it. All the regulars. Mega Charizard X, you're as beautiful as the day I lost you. Okay, and very clearly... Oh god, what was that? Hey, it's AZ from X and Y. There's Zygarde in his 10% dog form. I can't wait to go back and watch go back and watch
Pokemon
this.
Legends ZA is a
And
new
review.
title in the Pokemon series.
We need to look for secrets, fam.
The story takes place in Lumiose City, the largest city in the Kalos region.
Mhm.
Prism Tower stands tall at the center of this city of beautiful vistas.
That shopping
These
mall
days,
thing,
Lumiose is
that's
undergoing
like
a high-tech urban redevelopment
a
plan
shot for
to
shot
turn
of
it
a
into
memory I
city
had in
that
my
people
past.
and Pokemon truly share. After you arrive in Lumiose City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your first partner.
I'm stoked about it. Because
Tepig,
they're all going to
and
get Mega
Totodile.
Evolutions. And
You'll
Chikorita
choose one
desperately
of these
needs it.
Pokemon to accompany you on a new journey as you get to know
Chikorita-
Lumiose City
Chikorita
and
needs
its
some love.
inhabitants.
Although I really hope we get to change our
Here are
style.
some of the colorful characters you'll encounter.
Colorful characters.
When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally, either Urbane or Tawny.
So depending on who we
The
choose,
hotel where you'll be
as far
staying
as the
is
gender
run
of
by
our
AZ.
character, we'll get
You'll
the
also
opposite
meet
gender.
his partner, Floette. Lumiose's
What in the lore
redevelopment is being
are they
managed
going
by
to
Quasar
explain
Tico.
how that happened?
You'll become
I'll get
acquainted
to that in a
with the
second.
company's CEO Jet and her secretary Vinny.
My cousin
The
Vinny?
different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose all the richer. To help
Designated
people and
Pokemon zones.
coexist,
Designated
the
Pokemon
city
zones
has
within
set
the
up
city
wild
limits. I called it.
zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive. To catch
Wild
one of
Zone
these wild
1,
Pokemon,
okay.
aim carefully, then throw a Pokeball.
Okay, so it's a little like Legends Arceus.
If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target, making it easier to catch. This game offers a style of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles.
This is going to be a make or break for this game.
Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper hand. Lead your
Okay.
partner Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move. What's more, certain Pokemon can go beyond
Okay.
evolution by undergoing Mega Evolution.
And this is what it means to go
when a
beyond.
trainer's keystone
Insert
resonates with the Mega
Goku
Stone
going
held by their Pokemon,
Super Saiyan 3.
the Pokemon will do more than just change shape. It'll unlock a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor. As Lumiose continues its transformation into a city that belongs to both people and Pokemon, who knows what kinds of encounters and experiences will await
Hey,
you.
Zygarde. Little cell form. Alright,
Pokemon Legends
it should be
ZA.
wrapping up any second now.
Coming
and then I can
late
go back and we can
2025.
start analyzing and speculating wildly. Snake, is that you? No. Promotional match announcement? Okay, well that's Luminos City right there. What? What? What was that? Boomst?
Pokemon Legends ZA
All right,
is
do your
scheduled
outro.
to release in late 2025. We hope everybody can wait just a little longer for their adventures in Lumiose City to begin.
We've waited
That concludes
so
our
long
announcements
for this.
today.
the gaslighting with the 151 behind him. I don't like that at all. I know a bunch of old heads like myself would really, really enjoy playing the original Pokemon titles on the Switch and not having to do any other nonsense. All right, let's review this. All right, right away, I don't want to wear a fedora, so I really, really hope we get to change our character's style, because regardless of what gender you decide to pick, you're still stuck in the same outfit, and I do not want that. Okay, right away, the Pokemon Center is an open style shop just like you can find in France, where the outer wall is like one of those gates that you pull, and as it like fills in like the front area, it becomes like a cohesive wall, but it's again a gate, you know, like a pull down gate, but it goes sideways. Okay, this there is a place in France, Paris specifically, where they have just a bunch of like stores, like a mini mall type thing in a dome like building just like this. This is like a shot for shot core memory of something that I had in the past. Like, I have a memory. I've been to France a total of 1 times. How can the Pokemon Company do this? But when it came to Scarlet and Violet representing Portugal and Spain, they made an androgynous country where, like, nothing made actual sense. Like, for Spain, they could have had a running with the bulls, with Tauros running through the city streets in any of the cities in Scarlet and Violet. Like, they could have done... They could have represented Portugal and Spain a lot better than they did. They have no problem doing it with France, apparently. And, do not appreciate that whatsoever. As someone who is Portuguese, I do not appreciate that. But, you know, here we are in France, knowing that it's France with actual icons from France. Do you guys see what I see? I see, with my little eye, an opening to the sewer area. It's hiding behind my ginormous head. Aha, no. Fudge. Clawitzer! Right there behind Clawitzer's back. You see an opening to the sewers. I hope the sewers are as big, if not bigger, than the city limits. Because this entire game taking place within city limits makes me very nervous. Because space is very limited, because it's a city. Although, it's obviously going to be a more developed city than what we experience in X and Y. And from the looks of it, and the looks of some of the characters, this is supposed to be beyond what we experienced in X and Y. So this is a future scenario where Legends Arceus was in the past. This isn't immediate, like floating cars future, but it's developmentally beyond what we experienced in X and Y, which is okay. All right, I'm with it. Got Frou-Frou, Sandile. I cannot wait to have you on my team. The starter. This is an interesting choice, and I'm saying interesting because they have to have Mega Evolutions. This is X and Y, Kalos. It's the area, the generation for Mega Evolution. So, right from the rip, they have to get Mega Evolutions. Chikorita definitely needs the support because Chikorita's been out of the limelight for a long time. Totodile, as for Alligator, is still a very solid Pokemon. Same thing with Tepig and Emboar. Although, with their Mega Evolutions considering typing, I'm going to guess Chikorita is going to become a Grass and Fairy type. Tepig is probably disappointingly going to still stay Fire and Fighting. And Totodile, based on how they have the weaknesses and strengths of the starters taken into effect, I really want Totodile's Mega Evolution to be a Water Dragon type, but I know it has to be a Water Steel type, because as it stands, Chikorita is weak to Tepig, Tepig is weak to Totodile, Totodile is weak to Chikorita. When they get to their Mega Evolution, if Chikorita was a Grass Fairy type, its Grass counterpart would be weak to Tepig, but being a Fairy type, it's strong against Fighting type. Tepig is Firefighting. It's always going to be Firefighting. Unless they want to break the mold and do something different, it's just not going to happen. But that would mean that it would have to become Fire and something that's weak to Dragon types. Specifically weak to Dragon types. So Totodile, unfortunately, is more than likely going to be a Water and Steel type when it Mega evolves. Or they're just going to leave it straight Water type for some strange reason. But Chikorita is obviously strong against Totodile, Grass to Water types exclusively. But if Chikorita was also a Fairy type, and Totodile was a Steel type, like a Water and Steel type, it would make sense because they would kind of like balance each other out. It makes sense. Like there's a formula to Pokemon's madness, and that's just how it always has been. Although, if I'm being honest, I'm going to start with Totodile here. And if it's not going to be Totodile, it's going to be Chikorita. And it's nothing against Tepig. It's just, I know at some point we're going to get the Kanto starters, and I want Mega Charizard X on my team. He's as beautiful as the day I lost him, and I need him on my team. So, did the Chikorita actually just knock out the bunny, and we had a chance to catch it while it was at 0 HP? Because that's really breaking the mold for Pokemon. It didn't show an HP bar, so it's not confirmed. Oh, this. I wanted to go back to this. This. Pokemon Legends Parkour. Parkour of defying God and physics. They didn't even have a Pokemon in the kid's hand. Like, if they photoshopped it out just so it wouldn't be, like, obvious, that's one thing. But, like, this rooftop parkour and parry nonsense? Come on, man. Like, give us something. Like, is the trainer subhuman? Is it a superhuman? Can you do air dash? Triple jump in the air? How did that work? Give us anything, man. Come on, Pokemon. Like, Nintendo, what are you doing? All right, and this is clearly a starter. That was the back of the female trainer that we would choose, and here's the male rival counterpart. This dynamic walking around fighting style is either going to make or break this game. Well done, or it's going to be so cheesy that it's going to make fighting in Pokemon battles really stupid, or like Dark Souls level cheesy. It's what's happening. It looks Pokken Tournament. That was the other Pokemon game that was on the Wii where it was just Pokemon fighting each other. This looks like Pokemon Pokken and Unite, like the battle style. And it looks like we get the Mega Ring or the Mega Bracelet right from the get-go. Alright, we all know these. These are all the regulars. We're all excited to have Mega Evolution back. You just know. You just know one of these people is evil. Evil. I want to know what this old lady has to do with the moon, because she's got those moon-shaped earrings and everything in my fiber is like screaming Cresselia, the moon Pokemon. But also, this dude looks like a knockoff of Lysander, who was the Pokemon Flare boss, who was like effectively Giovanni for Pokemon Flare in X and Y. He's got the sideburns. He's a descendant of Lysander or something like. And what's up with his little man bun? He's got little googly eyes on it. Little googly eyes on his man bun. I'm actually a little jealous. I want googly eyes on my man bun. The biggest mystery, the lore, the implications with the lore, because in X and Y, he was standing more or less upright. He didn't need a cane to get around, and he was looking for Floette. So this has to be beyond X and Y. This has to be in the future of X and Y, somewhere, somehow. Without giving away too much, these two are supposed to be immortal through an accident. And by an accident, I mean, like, he lost his Pokemon to a war that was going on thousands of years before X and Y happened. Floette dies because it's a Pokemon game, dies. He uses a weapon of mass destruction, which the flower that the Pokemon is holding is modeled after that weapon, to resurrect this Pokemon. Literally resurrect it, like bring it back from the death. Like Gary's Raticate, except Gary's Raticate never came back. The lore implications alone, this is going to be interesting, and if Pokemon, Game Freak, Nintendo, whoever, doesn't capitalize on the lore and the story aspect of, at the very least, these two characters, I mean, I'm not going to be the only Pokemon fan who's going to be miffed. There are a lot of people that really enjoyed X and Y for what it was. It was a really, really good game. Like, story-wise, it was probably one of the last cohesive Pokemon story narratives that we had. Sun and Moon was a little out there. A little. It was still a narrative. It was still a fun Pokemon game, but X and Y was probably the last of the Mohegans as far as the lore is concerned. There's Zygarde in its 10% form, doggo form. No. It's going to be really interesting to see how they do this. Legends Arceus set a high bar for Pokemon games, for recent Pokemon games. So this is either going to be a good thing or a very bad thing. You got the Eevees, the Pokemon zones, like the actual Pokemon zones, like the roots are embedded into the actual towns. So, and I like how they kept the silhouette from the original, like, Pokemon games. Like, an ambiguous-looking Marowak, Kangaskhan, missing Link. And also in popular Europe fashion, they have what Europeans would be wearing. You know, you got your old man scally cap, your sweater, your puffy Patagonia, because it's cold. Okay, so instead of using cell phones, we can just have people telegram themselves? Yeah, alright, I'm with it.
Turn it into a city that people and Pokemon truly share.
Larvitar, can't wait to have you back. Alright, so we definitely have Sylveon back, because Sylveon first surfaced in X and Y. I really hope we get to change our look, because this is a lot better looking than what we have. Is she expecting a flood? Are you expecting a flood? Also, what is this random design? Like, also, Popeye forearms? Like, I get it, it's style, it's fashion. But the fedoras, man, like, I'm so anti-fedora. Like, I really don't like. I don't want to be going around throwing Milady to everything.
One of which,
for all you people being butthurt about Chikorita being the starter in this game, get over yourselves. Chikorita needs some limelight time, absolutely. And if it gets a Mega Evolution, especially if it's a Grass and Fairy type, it's going to shake up the meta altogether. I wish for the rivals that they did some kind of separation between the male rival and the female rival. Obviously, besides the gender thing and the eyelashes. Like, they could have given the girl character, like, a light green, like, eye palette instead of blue. Just to not have them be an amalgamous entity, you know, just to have them actually have separation. Because they have different names, so they're different characters. They might have similar features, and they're very clearly related to this older lady over here on the left, but, I don't know, some separation would have been nice. Like, give these characters their own identity.
Encounter. When
You're
you
not-
arrive in
You're not pulling any brain cells trying to do this. Like, it's not difficult. Also, when you arrive in Lumino City, so we immediately have the Mega Bracelet? Okay, I'm with it. I'm with it. We're probably not going to get to use it until the 3rd or 4th badge, because that would be broken. But, you know. Oh, if there are badges, right? Because this is a Legends game, so there's probably not going to be gym badges. Or maybe there is going to be gym badges because this is a future thing and not a past thing. Let's speculate wildly in the comments on that. Look at the rival's design. She's adorable. Look at her outfit. Why can't our character have, like, adorable outfits? Also, Floette is here. Hello, zombie Pokemon. They went to the stretch to give them different names, but made them look identical, but, like, different at the same time. And I wanted differences in their facial features. That's all. Just to actually do a separation. And, like, yeah, they're
the
relatives.
hotel where you'll
Yo, what this guy is still towering. His immortality is finally catching up with him, I guess. The lime green bow tie, Zygarde. I see you, Zygarde. The legendary Pokemon Zygarde, if you know what I'm talking about. That's the town that he grew up in, right before it was destroyed by the weapon of mass destruction that he used to bring back his Pokemon, little zombie Pokemon. Yeah, in X and Y, he did not have, I don't remember him having knee pads. Or he definitely didn't use a cane.
You'll also meet his partner, Floette.
The Eternal Flower. Zombie. You just know one of these guys is going to be evil. Are you related to Cresselia? The moon Pokemon? Does it make sense? Alright, so we got my cousin Vinny and Joan Jett over here. He's got googly eyes on his man bun. That's awesome. I don't know. I think it's funny. I like it. So this has to be at the start of the game when we meet our rival and somehow we get our starter at the same time. The character's already wearing the Mega Bracelet. I really want to emphasize that everyone pays attention to that.
Throughout Lumiose,
Yay,
wild
Sandile.
Pokemon habitats
Yay,
where
Flaffy.
they can thrive. To
gotta
catch
pay
one of
attention to
these
this,
wild
'cause-
Pokemon, aim carefully.
Alright, so
Then
you can still
throw a
eat a
Pokeball.
Pokeball at Pokemon and catch them. So that's a good
If you're
sign.
having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target.
There,
making it
right
easier-
there, right there. Pay attention to the health bar. Chikorita knocked out Flaffy. It had the cartoon, like, you just got hit by something really hard and you got, like, the birds
Target.
flying around you.
Making-
Can we finally catch Pokemon post knocking them out?
weaken the target, making it
Can we finally do it? Has PETA lifted the ban on us? Can we just do it? Like, we can actually knock Pokemon out and just have an easy time catching them? Instead of having to, like, false swipe them to, like, 1 HP?
easier to catch.
If so, this
Weaken
is
the target,
huge.
making it easier to catch.
This is huge. This is huge for Pokemon because it's never been done.
This game offers a style
Alright,
of
this-
Pokemon
right
battling
after
not
you get
seen in
your
previous
starter.
titles.
I'm telling you right now, guys,
Moves can
this is
have a
gonna...
longer or shorter reach.
This is
or
going to
different
make or
areas
break
of
the game.
effect. So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper hand.
Alright, this was interesting because I know I made a face when we first saw this, but it used Stealth Rock, which we all know what this does. It's not a direct attacking move, but if you swap out, it'll take
Lead your
damage.
partner Pokemon through battle.
But it very clearly took damage from Stealth Rock. Not only that, but Stealth
Lead
Rock
your
was still
partner
lingering
Pokemon
on the
through
field.
battles and dodge incoming.
And we still have the I've been seen by a Pokemon mechanic from Legend Arceus. So at the very least, there's that. I don't know if I like this dynamic move around thing for this, but
Attacks
we'll see.
by undergoing
Super Saiyan 3! In the waterway that leads underneath the tower, right there in the center, the Eiffel Tower, the Luminous Tower. I wonder if we can go in there.
who knows.
This is supposed to be the map, and you see how we've got these little indicators right here, that make a pentagon shape, and in the center is the Eiffel Tower. I'm guessing these are going to be the gym badges, kind of like Legends Arceus, where there weren't gym badges. There was just 5 narratively scripted Pokemon fights for trials. It's probably going to be the same thing. It's what it's looking like so far. I could be wrong. We could all be wrong. We could be speculating wildly in the comments. Speculate wildly in the comments. I don't know. That's what it looks like. It's just what it looks like. Like, there's a big map. There's the Eiffel Tower. The entire game is supposed to revolve around this map. These 5 points have to be important for something.
Knows what kinds of encounters.
Okay, I wanted to zoom in on this, but there's really nothing that stands out. Like, does this jacket belong to anyone? Oh, maybe the professor. I wonder if the same Sycamore, Professor Sycamore, I wonder if he's going to be coming back for this. I can't see what's in that picture frame. I want to say that's a Roserade, but this office / apartment doesn't look like anything Cynthia would be in, so wildly speculate about that. Alright, we see Zygarde in its single cell form.
Coming late 2025.
Alright, we know we're going to get this late November into December. They're not going to do it anytime before that. They just never have. They never will. And you know it's going to come out for the Nintendo Switch 1, not the Nintendo Switch 2, which they still refuse to give information about. Which, as I'm saying this, they'll probably put something out March or April about the Switch 2, but we're still not going to get it until, like, holiday season 2025, maybe even later. This is, like, a direct correlation between the Pokemon anime where Ash was with Go, and he was doing, like, his fights, and he was ranking up, but challenges were issued through the Rotom phone. So I wonder how this is going to come into play, because there's the Pentagon, there's the Luminous Tower. It has to do with this game. Also, it came immediately after, so I wonder if it has to do with the Pokemon Champion app game thing, where it was just all about battling, or if this directly correlates to Pokemon ZA. But we will wildly speculate in the comments. That's it. Again, don't love his gaslighting of having all of the 151 Pokemon behind him and then the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon at the bottom. I do not appreciate that. Hang on, finding it. This was the start of some real gaslighting here. The mass outbreaks in Scarlet and Violet, mass outbreaks of red, green, and blue colored Pokemon. Like Game Freak, Nintendo, what are you guys doing to us? Just put out the original games on the Switch. You got some OGs that would love to play the original games on the Switch. But you know what? It's fine, because we have the ROM community. And they care. Because the ROM community is made out of fans who care, who also would like the chance to play these games. This was the ultimate gaslighting that Nintendo could have possibly done to us. Here we have Pokemon Red. In Japan, this is what the cartridge looks like. He's also playing on a Pokemon Pocket, a Pokemon Light maybe, and there, Pokemon Green on a Green Pocket. But like, this is what the Japanese cartridges look like. They don't have they have the colored labels, but not the colored like cartridge like we have. This was the biggest gaslight. And you've got Pokemon Stadium 2, a personal favorite for anyone who played it. Yeah, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I think that's Pokemon Pokken or Battle Revolution. You got Sun and Moon. Yeah, multi-generational like systems and Pokemon games. They decided to like gaslight the ever-loving hell out of their Pokemon fan base. And don't get me wrong, having something to battle people at any point, like, you ever meet someone out in public and you're just like, oh, you're into Pokemon? I'm into Pokemon. I would totally smoke you in a battle. That's not normal conversation that people have, but somehow it comes up. And then you're just like, man, I really wish I had my Switch to show this person, this young whippersnapper, a thing or two. And then you're just like, oh wait, I can just do it on my phone. We're just gonna do this right now, right here. And oh, your tummy's upset. Oh, that's fine. It's just a game on the phone. We're not running around. We're not doing sports. Like, it's time to duel. It's like how the Yu-Gi-Oh! Original anime wanted things to happen IRL, like at a moment's notice. Like, it's time to duel. It's time to throw down. The Pokemon Company, they're not right for doing this. Everything up until this point of this girl playing on her phone would have been the perfect trailer to introduce, hey, this is Pokemon Team Red, this is Pokemon Team Blue, where you have like Pokemon Red, Gold, Ruby, Pearl on like one game card, Pokemon Blue, Silver, Sapphire, Diamond, on the other, and you could have like a retro cartridge setup where like one cartridge is Team Red, one cartridge is Team Blue, one cartridge is Team Green, and green is going to have crystal on it because that's just how it is. Team Green also has yellow on it. Or maybe America will finally see Pokemon Green officially released. This was such a dick move. And I don't want to keep rambling on about this. I really don't foresee them launching this before the second half of November. So, like, late November, December is probably when we'll get these games. Or they already have the games more or less done. Like, these renderings are not great looking. It's very Scarlet and Violet, but it's fine. When has Pokemon been known for their graphically good-looking games? And, yeah, we'll see it when we see it. Not for the Switch 2, though. Don't get it twisted. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And please comment below what you think. And if you think I'm right about the typings for the starters Mega Evolutions, let me know what you think. Bye-bye, guys.